And let's roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out, let's roll out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are Bizak. And who are we? We are the Food, Fitness, and Fun podcast. Welcome back. And if this is your first time, hi, hello, welcome here. Here we are. And so, who I got with me? Tell them who I got with me.
Sensei Dre, Sensei of Fitness, and a whole bunch of things you ain't never heard of. Let's do
You
it.
ain't even never heard of those other things. You don't ever know what's up those sleeves. They so tight you can't even tell what might be up them sleeves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
That's right. And I am JD, aka He Who Pods. All right, and let's get right into it. Y'all know how we like to start. If you're watching, it'll be on the screen as per usual. And here we go. Our sponsored by segment is sponsored by some good old mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Me and baby girl were hanging out and said, let's go get the mashed potatoes popping this visit. And you know, so here it is on the screen, mashed potatoes with some sauteed veggies. Quick, simple, nothing too crazy. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just a little butter, a little heavy cream, salt, pepper, garlic. You know, the usual suspects.
Yeah.
Nothing special here.
Yeah.
And my favorite part about making a big meal like that, because, you know, when you make mashed potatoes, you use like 4 pounds of potatoes in that mofo. You don't just put 2 potatoes in the pot.
Nah.
Well, I had mashed potatoes left for like 3-4 days, even though we both ate. I was in there like, oh, yes, more mashed potatoes, please. Yes, thank you so much. And so tons and tons of leftovers because, as the song was called, just the two of us. You know what I'm saying? Just me and baby girl. And when she went back home to mom, it was just me, solo dolo. And so that was it. And so that's our sponsored by for today. Homemade and not really challenging. Took a little time. It wasn't a 20-minute meal. But I feel like if I could use that one meal for 3-4 days, it's okay that it took us an hour.
Right.
That don't make me mad. Take an hour. Why not?
Exactly.
Don't make me know. Never mind.
Yo, and man, that's a very filling, meal. You know what I'm saying? When you put mashed potatoes with anything, it's gonna fill you up. You got a solid 3 hours, before you're talking about you hungry again.
And we didn't. I think usually what I do is when she's here. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
I'll have I've been trying to do my intermittent fasting.
Nice.
So I'll stop eating and let her know yo, if you still hungry, you can have some fruit or a smoothie. She wasn't hungry after we ate that.
Yeah.
I asked her too. I'm like, it's getting late. It's almost cutoff time for you. You want something? It's like, nah, Dad, I'm good. I'm still full from the mash and the
potatoes.
Veggies.
And that's something because people kind of we still on this down with carbohydrates. You know what I'm saying? And or call it complex carbs, whatever you want to call it. But that's a good starchy meal. You know what I'm saying? And there's wonderment when it comes to starch, and so I'm not one of these people who are just anti-starch or carbohydrates. You know what I mean? Something like mashed potatoes could hold you down, and that starch is so important. It fills so many roles in your lives. So those of you who are on some anti-carb stuff, don't shy away from a basic carb like a potato.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like you having a donut. You know what I'm saying? Those complex carbs or starch, like your grandma used to call it, is incredibly important, and so get that starch in your body. Peace.
Yeah, and I also want to add, it's a natural one. It's something that came from the ground.
Right. That's
it's a plant. And so if you can eat the plant, why not? You know what I'm saying? It's not there are plenty of other quote unquote bad carbs that we eat all the time, myself included. So get you some potatoes in your life. Why not?
Right. And those are real vitamins. Those are not
you know what I'm saying?
Something that some factory put together. Which, I'm not against that, but it's you need to have real, actual food to get real, actual vitamins in your body. And having a starchy food like that, like a potato mashed, you put that little butter on it like you just did. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Solid 3 to 4 hours.
And we were good.
And that's another thing that I do. I know a lot of people don't do that. I like to have a meal like that before I go to bed because that's going to make me go right to sleep. That's going to have me sleep
Right.
for a nice
That
long
good
time.
sleep.
Yeah, I'm not waking up. So,
Absolutely.
that's what's up.
You
All
said sleep, and I realized I should probably put my alarms
right.
on sleep so
Yeah.
they're not going off while we're potting.
Yeah, we're
You know what I'm
we gonna
saying?
do it. We're gonna do it.
So I know you have a topic you'd like to discuss. I'm just going to look up the breakdown of what the term means. Uh, you can introduce
All
the
right,
topic.
no doubt. All right, so I want to talk about something that I found incredibly interesting, I'd say the past week or so. And that's something called alpha gal syndrome, right? If those of you never heard of it, maybe you want to Google alpha gal syndrome. What is alpha gal syndrome? Well, alpha gal syndrome is what happens when you get bit by a particular tick, and I'm gonna go into detail in a minute.
Well, I'm about to say
And
that's why I was looking up so we could
and
read it.
after you get bit by that tick, let's say a day, let's say a month, but shortly after, you
Hmm.
now have an allergic response to red meat. And not only just red meat, too. I mean, they've also said like just dairy in particular. So it might be milk and yogurt, things like
Right.
that. You'll have an allergic response. And it could be almost deadly. It's like a cardiovascular response where you might find it hard to breathe and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, yeah, I wanted to get into that for a minute and let people know like this is a real thing that's going on. It sounds silly, but
Right.
what it is that there's a tick called the Lone Star tick. And if you get bit by this particular Lone Star tick, it's possible that you can develop alpha gal syndrome. So let's say
Right.
you get bit by the tick, you're going about your day. It's not going to happen right away. This is what people don't understand. It's like, okay, you get bit by it, you wipe it off, you keep going. You might have chicken, no problem. You know what I mean? You might have, a veggie meal. You might have those mashed potatoes, not an
Right.
issue. And then 3 weeks from now, you're like, yo, I'm about to get down on this steak real quick. All right, you have some like red meat. And then it's like, what
Right.
happened? And
Yep.
what's crazy about it is even the doctors don't know. So you'll go to the doctor, you go to the ER, and they're giving you everything under the sun, but they're not testing for alpha gal syndrome. And now there's an awareness like, yo, you could possibly have getting bit by the Lone Star tick. And this is why you're having this allergic response. And I wanted us to kind of maybe like talk about this and have some awareness that, yo, you know, what you can do if, to try to guard yourself against this. But Jay, you wanted to go in?
Yeah, I just looked it up so I could read it a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
you did a great breakdown, so thank you for that. CDC website says what is alpha gal syndrome or AGS. AGS is a serious, potentially life-threatening allergic condition. AGS is also called alpha gal allergy, red
Okay.
meat allergy, or tick bite meat allergy. AGS is not caused by an infection. AGS symptoms occur after people eat red meat or are exposed to other products containing alpha gal.
All right.
And so they break down some numbers of possible cases. Let's get past that. Let's go to the symptoms. What are the symptoms? AGS reactions can include hives or itchy rash,
Yep.
nausea or vomiting, heartburn or indigestion, diarrhea, cough, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing,
Yeah.
drop in blood pressure, swelling of the lips, throat, tongue, or eyelids, dizziness or faintness, severe stomach pain. There's mad stuff. And so it
Yeah.
says symptoms commonly appear 2 to 6 hours after eating meat or dairy products or after exposure to products containing alpha gal, for example, gelatin coated medications.
Yeah.
And so they actually showed the tick. I'm going to try to put the tick on the screen. But they showed the tick and said, can I get AGS from a tick bite? And so it says, yes, AGS is associated with tick bites. Evidence suggests that AGS is primarily associated with with the bite of a Lone Star tick in the United States. But other kinds of ticks have not been ruled out. Other tick species have been connected with the development of AGS in other countries. More research is needed to understand the role ticks play in starting this condition.
All
Trying to
right.
see if they have anything that says any like suggestions it might say.
Okay. So I can go on that a little bit while you're looking. So
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of stuff here, but
yeah.
I don't. Go ahead. Let's see.
So
I mean,
so so
you killed the first part, so I may not even need
so
to
here's
really
what's
read more.
important. I mean, it's basic stuff. If
Yep.
you are out, you're in an area that has ticks, um, products like off, you know what I'm saying, throwing that on you, these are
Uh-huh.
going to repel ticks, all of them. You don't know which one is a Lone Star, which one is
Right.
whatever, right? So you
Yeah.
want to get all the ticks off of you. So if you know, like, hey, I'm going to go hiking. Yeah, we going hiking this weekend. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, go hiking. It's
Right.
how we are about the exercise. Walking is a great exercise. Hiking is a great
Right.
exercise. Before you
Absolutely.
go out and it's hot like it is now, you
Right.
might want to throw some off on you. You know what I'm saying, or some kind of bug repellent. I don't need to sponsor off. Like off is the number. It's mad bug repellents you can
It's
use.
mad bug repellents.
You know what I mean? So just put some kind of bug repellent on. I mean, one of them is Skin So Soft. That's an Avon product, and people didn't know that was a bug repellent, but it's also a bug repellent as well.
I didn't
So
even know that.
yeah, yeah. So you could put that on yourself, whatever your favorite bug repellent is, but put that on there before you go outside. Next, when you come back, you might want to check yourself for ticks. You know what I'm saying? Like look at yourself as you out before you come in and check yourself for ticks. And this goes for you and your kids, obviously, right? Because
Right. Right.
kids are the
Definitely.
main ones who would be like playing in the bushes and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And they would probably get a tick before you. But yeah, you want to watch where you're at, not be in incredibly dense areas if you can. Try to avoid that. Get some bug repellent, check to see if you have ticks. And if you can look at the tick, here's the thing. So if you realize, oh, I was bit and that tick is still in you, you take it out, you might want to analyze and see if it's the Lone Star tick. Now, there are websites that you could take a picture, right? And you can ask, is this the Lone Star tick? And there are websites where they'll analyze that picture and get back to you like the next day or something and be like, no, it's not the Lone Star, or yes, you definitely got the Lone Star. So Jay
Mm.
already put a picture up of how it looks. If it looks anything similar to that, you might want to take that picture of that tick and see if it's the Lone Star one. Because if it is,
Right.
now it's about, and I don't even know if there's any treatments at this point, but
That's
now
what I was trying to see. Yeah.
you want to start letting the doctor know, whatever, like, hey, this could possibly happen to me, and then perhaps maybe avoid red meat and dairy. I'd say for the next month, 2 months. Obviously I'm not a doctor or whatever, but I'm just saying based on my research, I would have, if I thought I got bit by the Lone Star tick, I would just avoid red meat and those kind of products. So as Jay just broke down, things with like gelatin in it, dairy, milk, all that. I would just try to avoid it for at least a month, so that this can kind of get out of your system, so you won't have this like weird allergic reaction that could possibly be deadly, as you can tell from the symptoms he just
Right.
read off.
Yeah. So the CDC website, it doesn't say how long to stop eating those products. It just
Yeah.
says you should stop immediately.
Right.
Maybe we got to do further research to see how long is needed, but it doesn't say how long you should stop for. It does say you should stop immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it says beef, pork, lamb, venison, rabbit, etc. Because obviously we know it's tied to the whole red meat thing.
Right.
And it says, depending on your sensitivity and the severity of your allergic reaction, your healthcare provider may also suggest you avoid other foods with ingredients like cow's milk, milk products, gelatin.
Right.
So to add to what you said, they kind of broke down the avoidance list a little differently than you. Some of the
Okay, go
same
ahead.
things were mentioned.
Yeah.
So they mentioned they have it broken down as before you go outside, when you come back indoors. So before you go outside, you already said bug spray. They got that up there. It says avoid grassy, bushy,
Yeah.
and wooded areas where ticks may be found.
Right.
Walk in the center of trails. I guess, if you're doing like the hiking thing, like you
yeah.
said, right?
Yeah.
It said treat clothing and gear with permethrin or pre-treated items, or by pre-treated items. And then the last thing was the bug spray. Then it says after you come indoors, check your clothing for ticks.
Mm-hmm.
Examine your gear and pets for ticks. shower and perform a thorough tick check.
Yeah.
If you see a tick attached, remove it immediately. And then they got a list. They got another link for your pets. It says take these steps to prevent, to take preventative steps for your pets and in your yard. Y'all could go look that up. I'm not going to read that.
No, but that's an important thing because
Yeah.
the dog, if you will probably get the tick faster than you because it's lower to the ground and it's always
Absolutely.
going in bushy areas.
Absolutely.
And so, dogs, I ain't gonna say must, but most of the time dogs eat red meat. Like that's they're carnivores. So,
Yeah.
They can't go on the veggie diet. You know what I'm saying? So you might have to just give them chicken, maybe some kind of fish or something like that. And the same thing for yourself. You might have to do chicken and fish for a minute.
Right.
But as a human being, you can go veggie for a while as well. Jay has put many different veggie recipes up here, and there's tons of veggie recipes you could do. Also chicken and fish if you're a protein, if you want that kind of animal protein. But I mean, I don't know. That's why I said I'm guessing about a month. It might be 2 months. It might be 3. Yeah. So look into that. If you feel like, hey, that I might fit into that, look into that to see if it's actually more time. I'm not sure. Obviously, other people's bodies vary, but don't take the chance. If you feel like, I got bit by this tick, I wouldn't chance it by possibly eating any of those things that they're saying to avoid, because an allergic reaction could be very different. That's why I'm saying those symptoms were great that you mentioned, because it could be something simple. Oh man, I got these hives, whatever. Okay, give you a few and the hives go away. But if you have a cardiovascular response where you can't breathe, oh no, I mean, that could be it for you. So
could be game over.
Yeah. So why chance it?
I agree. And I think that was good. The CDC website also said, just to piggyback what you're saying, these things are not found in chicken and fish. And so you should be good to eat those things, not only because Dre said it, you know what I'm saying, but the CDC said it too. If you believe the CDC, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
you know
CDC is good for some things and other things.
Right, I said, So,
but let's transition. Something a little bit more weird and fun.
Something that keeps coming up
man. And I gotta talk about it, man, because it somewhat triggers me when I see it. I gotta get upset.
Rightfully so.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, here's the story. Your boy,
of a lovely lady. No, I'm just
your boy Keanu Reeves is out. He's in Italy on a boat. I don't know if it's his boat. He rented it for the day. Don't matter.
Whatever.
He got yacht money, and he could go to Italy, and he's with. He doesn't have a lot of people in his family left, and so him and his sister are very, very close.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So just to give a little backstory, he actually stopped acting for a long time because his sister got cancer, and he dedicated a lot of his resources to help his sister win that battle of cancer. So they have a really close relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
And he's just a nice guy, period.
I mean, everything I've ever heard is that he's
he's just a 100% good dude. But just the backstory is like, so he's with his family, his sister, their family, like that's his family, you know what I mean? And he's on this boat chilling. And of course you got the paparazzi with the long lenses. And
of course
the sun is out. It's Italy. It's summer. His shirt is off. And he doesn't look movie ready, let's just say, right?
Right.
Some people want to use the term skinny, fat, or because he doesn't look fat, but he doesn't have any like muscle sort of like development. He just looks like a normal dude, which by the way is 58 years old, right?
Let's not forget that part.
Let's not forget that part because I feel like
that is actually extremely important.
It's super important because you look at
how many 58-year-olds that look sliced and diced.
And not only that, it's like most 58-year-olds are extremely overweight. So he doesn't look overweight. And I think Jay gonna probably put a picture up of how he
I could try to
looked.
find it.
Yeah, it's plenty of them out there. This is the way he looked, right? And so he just looks like a normal person.
Right.
But certain people on the internet tried to throw shame at him, what we call fat shaming, right?
About to say it. I was waiting for it.
Right. Oh my God. Oh, he looks horrible. He needs to lose 20 pounds. He needs to do this and this and this. And I'm like, why? There's no role. He's on break. He's in Italy. He's on vacation.
Chilling.
He's not competing for something. He's an actor. When you see him on screen looking whatever way he looks, that's for that role. And
that's right.
We like him, because he gives 100% to the roles he's in. He trains crazy. I mean, 2 or 3 different martial arts styles, plyometrics, weightlifting. Like when he needs to do that role, not to mention doing firearms tactics. Like he's a fucking beast with firearms. Like if you ever watch his training with firearm tactics, he's doing all that himself, reloading, loading, not watching, not looking, knowing where everything is, pop. He's making sure the character that he plays fits the mold. Like, yo, this dude is supposed to be an expert in all this shit. I got to get my training up and do it.
Right.
So
I plug into the Matrix.
Yeah, right. And now I know Kung Fu.
Download all of that.
I know Kung Fu now.
I know Kung Fu.
But it's like, okay, so he's out there on the boat. He looks normal, and the internet came at him. But what I do like is the backlash that came back to the internet. Like mad people was like, yo, how dare you? You know what I mean? Like, and made those people who tried to make him look bad look even more stupid. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up, because we talked about this. I can't remember the episode number right now, but we talked about
We've actually discussed it a few times.
Yes.
This is probably our 3rd or 4th time.
And we're going to keep talking about it. If I keep seeing it, I'm going to keep talking about it. As long as y'all keep giving dudes mad pressure to stay in shape 365 days a year, that's a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? And, we've gotten to a place where we're at least saying that, hey, women can come in all spectrums, right? They can be incredibly skinny and fat, and we need to accept that and praise them for just being happy and proud of their bodies. And that's great. But now we need to take that same mentality and make sure we're putting it to everyone, men included, and not think that because a person is a male actor, they're supposed to be in acting movie shape 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's unrealistic. You can do it if that's what you want. And I'm going to hear your take on this, because I feel like this comes from the Instagram way of thinking, right? You got a lot of people who got famous on Instagram, and because they're famous on Instagram, they have to stay that way. Like they got to put pictures up every day, put videos up every day, and look that way 24/7. And a lot of them have had complications because of just that. But don't take your Instagram mindset and apply it to every single person that's out there. An actor is just that, an actor. I've got this body for this role. Now that it's over, I'm going to enjoy myself with the people I love. You know what I'm saying? And look the way I want to look and not care. Jay.
Yeah. So 2 pieces, right? Number 1, yes, I totally agree. It comes from the social media era.
Yeah.
Where we have become accustomed to seeing people in shape 24/7. These fitness influencers,
if you will,
or these people who are, as they call themselves, gym enthusiasts, right?
Okay.
And so everybody who wants the sponsors, everybody who's rocking the Gymshark clothes, everyone who posts their videos from the gym every day. That's awesome. But the second piece is agreeing again. It's not realistic to maintain unless you have decided this is what I'm going to do every single day. And if you have decided that that's what you want to do every single day, that's absolutely fine. And actually, I give you a lot of respect if you decide to do that every single day, because I struggle like a motherfucker to do that every single day. So what happens is this era of social media has made it very cool to see these things. Oh yeah, man, I don't go to the gym, but I love watching every day when Dre does a different arm workout. He posts every day a different arm workout. Yeah, that's his Instagram. Arms by Dre. All he does is different arm workouts. Oh, it's just so nice to watch. And that's fine. But Dre has chosen, in this example, to make that his entire life. He's doing it all for the gram. He's doing it for the gram. He's doing it to get sponsorship deals. He's doing it to get his followers up and all of these things. Again, nothing wrong with that. If that's the life you have chosen, hey, listen, I don't got a hat on, but take my hat off to you. You know what I'm saying? Now, that is not reality for everyone else on the planet. Everyone else on the planet has not made a decision. They have not taken an oath to the gods of fitness and said, I will only work out and do nothing else with my life.
Right.
I will broadcast an arm workout every day, no matter what, rain, sleet, or snow. I'll be there like the mailman. No, the rest of us didn't do that. And so that also is the problem, that we see people, and we have, and I've said this before, we have allowed this social media metaverse and fake reality to dictate what we do in real life.
That's right.
Oh man, I see Jay posting mashed potatoes, but my favorite Instagrammer says you can't eat mashed potatoes, so I never eat mashed potatoes. All right, well, fuck both of y'all. I mean, honestly, eat what you want, do what you want. And the problem is we have been holding people to these super high, unrealistic standards. And again, we're going to keep seeing people with quote unquote fat bodies when they're not being in a movie and they're not prepping for a movie, because they didn't take an oath to look like Thor 365.
Right.
They didn't take an oath to look like Batman 365. Nobody did. They didn't do that, right? And the only people you see doing that, right, the only people you see doing that, like Henry Cavill right now, like The Rock for a while now, it's because they have decided, much like the Instagram example I gave, that this is the life I want to live, and this look is going to help me pay my bills. Right. How? By sponsorships and Gymshark? No, for them, they want to get these roles where, oh man, we looking for a new Conan the Barbarian. Boop. Oh, we got somebody who looked like Conan the Barbarian already right now. Oh yeah, The Witcher is about this big sword wielding dude. Okay, boop. That's me. That's the role I'm trying to get. But that's not the case for everyone. And you better believe, if tomorrow either one of these people, not only Henry Cavill or The Rock, but any of the people who you see looking in quote unquote perfect shape 24/7, if they decide to make a change in their career, you're also going to see a change in their look. If Henry Cavill or The Rock, just staying with those same examples, decide, actually, I kind of want to be more on some like James Bond shit. I don't really want to do this big live action hero thing anymore. I want to be a super sleuth. I want to have a more diverse role the next time I'm on film. Maybe I could do some like Denzel type thing. Maybe I could be John Q. I heard they want to remake John Q. The Rock is not going to look like that trying to play John Q. I promise you he won't. He will decide a conscious decision. Hey, listen, I want to do these things, and I'm going to have to change my life and look accordingly.
Right.
And I know, real quick.
No, it's okay.
I know that these are the people that we idolize, worship, look up to, and that's great. But that's not everyone. That's not the standard for human beings. Those people are in classes of their own. There are very few people in that weight class, in that body fat percentage range. That's not the standard. The standard human is not walking around with 5% body fat. It's just not normal.
Right.
And it would be silly of us to pressure anyone into saying, hey, you need to meet this standard of being 5% body fat. No, of course not. Now, 5% body fat while I shoot this role for 6 months? Maybe with the proper training, the proper supplements. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to do it because I feel like I always do it. I didn't want to do it.
I got you, son. I got you. With the proper supplements, Maybe wink one more time. You know what I'm saying? With the proper supplements.
Right.
With a lot of things properly done, yeah, you can hit 5% and maintain it for the time you're shooting a film. But after that, number one, who the fuck want to live like that? Nobody wants to say, hey, yeah, to be the role of Wolverine, I had to have 5% body fat. I had to be in the gym 6 days a week, and all I could eat was salads and grilled chicken. That's what they told me I had to do. Who want to do that after the filming is done? No, you don't want to just eat salad and grilled chicken when it's done. Hey, if you did it, you made your millions. Again, hats off to you. But I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, actually, I did what I had to do. Now I'm going to go live life. Fuck it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And it's something I wanted to say that when you were talking about that in terms of movies and actors, you know, if you have just the one body type, you're only going to get a certain type of role all the time.
Of course.
If you're a real actor, you're trying to play a diverse amount of people. You don't want to be what they call typecast. So it's like every role you play, superhero. Okay, I'm done. Not what I'm doing, saving the world. Okay, what I'm saying. Okay, but a real actor will kind of get bored of that. It's like, man, you know, so and so director is doing a horror flick. So and so is doing this biopic on blah blah blah. You know, this person is doing something on this drama about the medical field. Man, you know, I'm trying to get into the next who's our director that we love. Nolan.
Nolan.
I'm trying to get into the next Nolan movie, you know, but Nolan's going to cast people who looks like ordinary people. So if you're trying to get into the next Nolan film, well, he's not going to cast you if you look like a Greek god all the fucking time. So you take an actor like Keanu Reeves, or even I like even better Hugh Jackman. You know, when Hugh Jackman is finished with his role, because I want to be in other things. I just don't want to be just Wolverine 24 hours a day. I'm an actor. I want to do a diverse amount of projects. What makes it fun for an actor is to be a bunch of different people. Yeah, last year I was this dude, in 6 months I'm gonna be that dude, and this person I'm gonna be that person. That's fun for them to have, like, to pull all these different things out and to be this different person every time. If you just want to be, like you're saying, the one type person, then you're going to be typecast. A director is not going to they're going to look at you and be like, I would love to put you in this, you know, this film, but, Rock, you can't play the ordinary dad, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you could play the dad that came home from the military, okay? And if I had something like that, you could do that. But I'm trying to do this film about this ordinary guy who goes through these ordinary things, and you can't be you. You look like a superhero. People won't buy that. And so a director is not going to choose to have those kind of people. A director will choose to have a Keanu Reeves, a Hugh Jackman, somebody who can play
Christian Bale. You know what I'm saying?
Bale, right? Who can
say it's really going?
Yeah,
you want me to be a real fat dude in his biopic? How much weight you need me to gain for this role?
There's no other actor modern day right now who can morph like Christian Bale. Christian Bale can morph into anything he puts his mind to. You want me to be real fat? I'll be real fat. You want to be super skinny? I'll be super skinny.
I'll be real skinny.
You want me to be Batman or some superhero
I'll be Batman.
I'll be Batman with some superhero shit. Chisel, everything. What do you want? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm just those people. Right?
Just do whatever y'all want.
That's why he's the quintessential actor for us. Like, we're always like, yo, what is this guy going to do now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want me to play this investor that kind of got his, like, mind. He can't really mess with anything. You know, he's just into the numbers, but he can't really mess with people too much and be this weird dude that knocks on drums and shit. Okay, I'm going to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a weird esoteric sort of part that he just, like, he sees that as challenges. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a crackhead that teaches people how to box. That sounds crazy. I'll be that
sounds
dude.
Crazy. Why not?
You know what I mean? So he can morph into almost anything. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I really respect him as an actor, because you don't know how he's going to show up. Even the directors will be like, I didn't know you were going to show up like that. Like, yeah, it was in the script, but
but we just going to put a fat suit on.
Right, when you showed up, it's like 50 pounds overweight. You're wild. You know what I'm saying? Let's shoot it. Like, this guy is nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all wanted me to have a big round belly. I figured, what better way than
I want to be authentic to the role.
To have a big round belly.
Right. You know and so you said something really important where it's like, yo, if you stay in one type, you made the decision, and I believe in freedom. You should have the
Right.
freedom to have your body any way you want. But if you're
However
an
you want, right.
actor, you probably don't want to just stay in one frame all the time. Now,
Right.
like you said, The Rock, he's going to stay The Rock. Whatever role he gets, it's going to be, hey, I'm a superhero. I'm a former football player. I'm
Right.
coming out of the military. You know, I'm an Egyptian mummy.
God, right.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But typecast. You know, I'm an FBI agent, you know, on some Fast and Furious shit.
Right.
Whatever. But it's all the same type of body. He doesn't want to change the body. So I'm going to stay this way. And so if you want him in your movies, he's going to do those movies. But Chris, that's not Keanu Reeves. And what I love is that Keanu Reeves, thank God, didn't respond. He's like, I'm not validating that with the response. Like, those who know. I'm with my family. I'm having a great time. Go through.
That's it. Yeah, and I think we have to, and I said it last episode, we have to stop taking these things that are not reality at face value. Right. A lot of people who are entertainers, they're trying to entertain you all day. They're trying to put on a facade all day. But some are not. We saw Channing Tatum say, yo, it's hard as fuck to get in shape for Magic Mike. I don't know how people have a 9-to-5 and stay in any kind of shape because I struggle with it all the time, every time I have one of these roles. In fact, it's me who keeps pushing back Magic Mike because I don't want to do the hard work it takes to look like that. And so everybody don't want to do that all the time. And that's okay. We just have to stop holding people at these magical, fake, ridiculous standards. And I never understand why people are held at those standards when you don't look like that. That's the real shit. And we're going to keep it all the way real. That's what always blows my mind. It's like, oh, me, I should be on my 600-pound life because I'm about 557 right now.
Right.
But I'm going to get on Twitter and tweet Keanu Reeves. I'm even going to tag him. Oh, Keanu Reeves, you look like a fat bitch right now on that yacht. Why don't you go lose some weight, you fat bastard? But you weigh 557 though. And
then you're right.
But you weigh 557 and you don't even know what a salad looks like.
Right. And then it's like, but wait a second. One of y'all's on a yacht and one of y'all's at home in your mom's basement tweeting. Who's successful right now? You understand what I'm saying?
Weird. It's just weird.
You're thinking his body's supposed to be this and that, but if you look at the full picture, whether his body is A, B, or C, he's succeeding. This is why he has the money and the resources to go to Italy, rent the boat, rent the yacht, and be with his family, and all you can do is watch. Right? So whether his body is at this level or that level has nothing to do with his success. So rather than learning from that, why are you hating? Like you said, your body probably doesn't look like that either because it's unrealistic. Nope. And so he's not wasting his time on unrealistic things. He's living every moment of life as he possibly can. And some of that means I'm going to take a break. I'm going to spend some valuable time with my family. We're going to go to Italy for a while. We're just going to chill.
Just going to chill. What's wrong with that? And like I said, again, kudos to him because I don't know too many dudes who's 58 and are in great shape. Right. Or could just bounce into great shape whenever they feel like it. The people I know who's 58, they not doing too great. And the ones that are, they like, yeah, I'm trying to work real hard right now because I don't want to go back to where I was at before.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I mean, this man could just bounce right back. Like, all right, cool. Yeah, what you said, John Wick 37. All right, when we start filming.
That's my favorite.
In 6 months.
My favorite number.
Watch how I'm going to look.
All right, you want to? So you trying to do that Constantine 2? You trying to do that?
Right. Constantine 2.
I'm with y'all.
All right, watch me work.
Yeah, and let me just bring it to like everyday people as we about to wrap up, and that is yo, the reason why I feel so triggered by this because people somehow think that's the way it's supposed to be, and that is a fallacy. And if you can get one thing from this segment right here is what we're both saying is that's a fallacy. That's not true. What do we promote on this show? Exercise, do something you like to do, okay? Diet, sure. You should have a diet, but it doesn't have to be super strict. If you want to have a little bit of ice cream sometimes. You want to have a little bit of candy sometimes. Halloween is coming up. We'll probably do a little Halloween something soon. But it's like we believe in flexible dieting and being flexible with yourself and understanding that you're a human being and go out there and enjoy life. Exercise should not be a chore. Dieting should not be excruciating, right? These things should be fun and part of your life and help enhance your life. And don't look at the fake Instagram person as that's the pinnacle. That's what in shape looks like. That's a fallacy. That's not true. Not only might it be photoshopped or whatever, but that person is going through hell every day to try to maintain that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they've dedicated their life to. And if you have not dedicated your life to being this mirror image of 5% body fat and every day posting a different arm workout, then you shouldn't be held to that standard. No one should, because that person made a conscious decision. They said, this is my plan. This is what I want to do. That don't mean that's everybody's thing.
Exactly. So that's all I'm saying. I really get upset when I see that, and every time we see it, and I see it happening to somebody out there, I'm going to talk about it because it's ridiculous. And as I always say, I don't see as much. It seems that in this society, it's okay to throw these darts at men, but we have to be incredibly sensitive to women. Like we can't do it to women. No, body shaming is wrong across the board. I
agree. It is wrong across the board.
Yeah, so it's wrong across the board. And as we're saying here, let people live their lives. If you want to be a fitness fanatic and have 5% body fat every single day of your life, go for it, man. Enjoy your life. That's what makes you happy. That's what you should do. But we mess up when we take our fitness standards and put them on other people, or we take the fitness standards we can't meet and project them on other people.
Right.
That has to stop, and you're wrong if you're doing that.
Right. Absolutely. Because the reality is, the only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself.
No doubt.
Do I look as good as I could look?
Right.
Do I look as good as I looked at my prime? Not Keanu Reeves' prime. My prime. When I looked my best in shape, when I felt the best, do I look like that today? Yes or no? That's you got to answer that yourself.
Right.
You got to do like Goggins says and get in the accountability mirror. You feel what I'm saying?
No
the
doubt.
Accountability mirror and ask yourself some tough questions. And that's who you should be comparing yourself to.
Yes, sir.
Oh, today I did 3 push-ups. Okay, great. So tomorrow, try to do 4 push-ups.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, I remember 2 years ago, I could do 2,000 push-ups. All right, well, then try to get back to 2,000 push-ups. But you shouldn't be looking at anybody else and saying like, oh, man, but this guy says he could do 5,000. Oh, this guy does 10,000. Oh, this guy broke the Guinness Book of Records. He did 1 million. Wow. Just look in the mirror and worry about you, man. Compare yourself to yourself, and you probably be a lot better off.
Amen.
That's it for me. Any last thoughts?
No, that's about it, man. Thank everybody for tuning in, staying consistent, and we will see y'all the next time. Stay strong.
Peace.